like that. But I damn sure don't want it to be because of that 1% I'm talking about stopping police for doing it because we spend money on so much other stupid stuff. I mean, it may need a bigger bonus. So I'm not really tripping on about them getting a bonus. I do think I have solutions. I think in terms of you need more psychological testing instead of when they first come in. You need at least twice a year. Wouldn't hurt to do it every quarter. I think that you need more community forums. And the flip side of it is I've been on the other side of that. How many people in the community gonna show up? But there are a lot more things I think need to be initiated, and I think it's easy to say what can be done because I do know some things have been tried to be done and haven't happened. But shit, I mean, where they at right now, you got to do everything. I mean, you got to pull the rabbit out the hat, the dove out your pocket, the shit. You better call David Copperfield in this one. Cause we got a long way to go.
Long way to go.
So, and other thing, we're a month away from the tax deadline. With the CARES Act and when the pandemic started, the IRS extended the deadline to July 15th. We're a month away, and I am the owner of Majestic Business Services, business service firm, one-stop shop for small business. Where we do bookkeeping, tax prep, payroll, and all that fun stuff when you want to start your business. We're still on it. I meet with tax clients all day yesterday, so if you haven't done it, especially if you ain't got your stimulus check, come on now, come holler at me and everything. Also, want everybody know the idle loan was back reinstated. I did a video on that. If you're not familiar with the idle loan business owners, that's the economic injury disaster loan, where they were getting a $10,000 grant. They had paused it at the beginning of May to focus on agricultural companies, but they've reinstated it. So along with the PPP, the Payroll Protection Program, the idle loan is back, and you can get your idle loan processed by yours truly at Majestic Business Services. Again, we got the loan packages and everything going. We got some more packages in terms of split funding and factoring loans that are available to people. I'll do some videos and talk about that, in another show. But all that good stuff, we got all this money waiting for you guys. Give us a call down at Majestic Business Service where you can get your business started, you can get the bookkeeping done, get the taxes done, and you know what? You can also walk out with a loan.
You sound like a one-stop shop for business.
Hey, man, one stop. Yes, sir. Tell the brother been begging for money. We'll hold you by the ankles and shake you loose. Come on now. Come holler at me. Again, that's Majestic Business Services. Our number is 678-479-4007. But as always, all links to everything will be at the bottom of the videos. Even if they're not at the bottom of the videos right now, you can go by our website at www.majesticbiz.com. But I got to, if it's not on there now through the streams, we'll actually update it later through the description. So we'll make sure you guys have that contact information. I'll bring it up again before the end of the show. Also, guys, I am still giving out free business advice. Yep, you heard it. Free business advice. And you guys know I charge $100 an hour normally, and that rate we will have a rate change before the end of the year. But free to you guys, we're giving out free advice every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, where you can book an appointment for free advice. Same thing, you go to Majestic Business Service or you hit one of the links for booking a consulting appointment. Hit the free consulting appointment. You get a free 10-minute session. You know if it's going to be more than 10 minutes, you got to pay for it. But take advantage of it. I got over 20 years of experience, 25 years experience in financial services industry, business solutions. I'm a pretty smart guy with a lot of experience. And I'm giving this guys you free of charge. I started doing this with the advent of the pandemic just to be able to get something out to the community to help everyone out. And like I said, this is free for me to you guys. So please, please, please take advantage of it. Again, that's free business advice I give out to anybody in terms of taxes, finances, business and everything. You get a free 10-minute session. But again, if you know it's more than that and anything, just, book an appointment. At least just reach out to us. That's 678-479-4007. And once again, all information will be, locked in on the descriptions below as far as the links and everything. Okay, again, this is Changing Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Our show tonight, we're talking about 5 productivity traps. How to work remotely despite the distractions.
Nope.
And here's the deal. What had me thinking about this show, brother? the COVID, they sent everybody home. Everybody working at home. Like, okay, bet, I can do it at the crib. Yeah, most stuff, exactly. You know, you get to sit in your underwear and pick your feet. You know, while you're on a little meeting and everything like that. You know, get to sit. You know,
put you on a nice shirt with your underwear on.
Yeah. Nice shirt. Yeah. Everybody draws at the Zoom meeting.
On the Zoom.
Yeah, please don't knock the camera over. We got to see you pick it up. Oh God. Please don't.
But that shirt nice.
Yeah, there you go. You like, did he just get up with button no drawers? You know. And but with all these new freedoms and all this new availability, people just weren't structured. And I think a lot of times, and I mean, look at my industry in particular, I had been offering remote services for the past 5 years, and nobody really wanted to take advantage of it. Hey, we can do it remotely. We can just, do it, use Google Hangouts, Zoom, and everything. And that's how I trained all my staff. Mm-hmm. So we were versed with it. So when the COVID came and everybody was locked down, I mean, business went great for us because we were doing it. The other side of it, I know a lot of tax businesses, they had to go through that whole learning curve, just like most businesses, on how to work remotely, how to structure it out, how to delegate, how we're going to check on everybody, how we're going to meet up. And everybody go through all that. And what's happened now, a lot of things that got exposed in terms of who's working, who ain't working, who's busy, who ain't busy. Because now everything's transparent. They see it now. Because you can't hide in your cubicle. You can't hide in your office. You can just pop up on a Zoom and just be honest. And with that said, what I wanted to do is, because a lot of folks weren't necessarily given a lot of training, a lot of instructions on how to be able to work independently and everything. And plus, to be very honest with you, I foresee a lot more people working this way. Because even when jobs bring people back, you talked about this. I know you're a big fan of commercial real estate.
Yeah.
I definitely think once people come back and get some of those $25,000 downtown rent invoices.
Right.
Like, man, look, that damn executive series for Zoom and them at $150.
We can say $24,000.
Yeah. What the hell are we paying down here for?
Right.
You know, and I don't need Starbucks that bad. So I really do think a lot of people are going to be rethinking the way they're doing business and stuff. So with that said, you're going to have a lot more people out there doing it. But even like they're working at home, how do you work at home?
Yeah.
Because now you're sitting there, what's happening now? Just look at the distraction we got. We got kids, you got your significant other, so you got sex, you got cable, you got, all kind of stuff, video games,
right?
Pornhub, all this other stuff just sitting like, Lord.
Procrastination.
Exactly. All this kind of stuff when you feel like
8 hours to get this done.
Exactly.
I ain't got to drive nowhere. That's an hour. I ain't got to drive home. That's enough. So I got 2 extra hours to get this done.
All those things there, and it's kind of like you might feel like you got time to do it, but you really don't.
Right.
Because then you start what happened. Now your computer dragging.
Right.
Now it's locked up. Now the Wi-Fi ain't working. You're like, oh, Lord, I got a deadline to make it. I don't know what to do.
Right.
And everything. And that's why I want to kind of lay out a blueprint to help you guys out in regards to how to be able to function and everything. So I really want you guys to make sure as we're talking about the 5 productivity traps, I'm also going to give a solution to each one. But please make sure you kind of jotting it down to kind of look at it, because some of it, some of it may be applicable to you. You may kind of even start thinking about, well, he didn't bring up what my problem is, but just start thinking. Because, again, I really do think that, and I believe, rather, that this is going to be direction things are going to go. And the best thing people can be doing right now is preparing for it.
For it, yeah.
Get
ready for it.
Exactly, because it's tougher when you're out there on your own and you got to be accountable for yourself. A lot of people want it. Well, I can do this at the house. But you took away a lot of your excuses.
Yeah.
I kind of miss hiding sometime in that cubicle. Now, that's about the only damn thing I miss.
Let me tell you, so when I like you said, I'm a fan of real estate. And the commercial real estate game, you actually do have so much freedom. Like you just don't imagine how much freedom you have, because for one, you manage several properties. So you're going from property to property. You might be at one property one day and one property the other day, but there's no set time where you have to be out to that property. You could get up 9 o'clock, go out there probably at 10, 11 o'clock, come on back to the house. that's how much freedom you had. The only thing you had to do is make sure that you knew what was going on that property when they came, when the owner showed up, or when a tenant called, you answered the phone.
Got you.
I got caught up in that trap a little bit too, to where I was like, man, I ain't worried about that. I'll go out there tomorrow, and then something happened that day, and I don't know about it. So I started saying, well, I'm gonna go out there anyway. So what I started noticing myself doing is I like being out there a little bit more. I felt a little bit I know what's going on when it happened, but I also got caught up into the fact of I still had so much freedom that I didn't have to be out there.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a catch-22. Like, I'll be working from 8 and then about 1:30, 2 o'clock, I'll be like, man, I'm tired.
Yeah.
And gone to, I can finish it at the house. And don't get nothing else done
whatsoever
to the next day.
and you know what? It's nothing uncommon.
Right.
It's nothing uncommon, because that's why I say you have a lot of freedom, but that's the good thing, you got a lot of freedom. The bad thing, you got a lot of freedom.
Right.
And unless you know how to, structure that freedom, you're going to make a lot of chaos for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're rushing to do this, trying to catch up, and trying to fix this stuff, and things just don't go the way you want it, because you just can't fix it the way, like I said, the system down. Can't find this person. Oh, I forgot about this. You forgot your password. Now this ain't all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And now you got so many tracking mechanisms from the employers. Hey, you don't know who looking at you, or they ain't looking at you, and everything. It's crazy.
Like in the heyday of property management, when I was doing commercial, it was better. That was when the pages and cell phone was just kind of getting popular a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So when I first got out of college, it was better. I could do a lot of things. You couldn't track me because really we didn't have. You could page me.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, I'm on my way from here to here.
Yeah, page. Hope you got some quarters on you.
Right. You could pay me, but and when I call you back, I'm be like, oh, well, I ain't call you back because I was on the highway going from here to here. I didn't want to get off.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Now, the freedom is not that much because you don't answer. Why you ain't answer? You got a company cell phone. We pay the bill. If you need to call somebody, you got a company credit card. Pull over.
And might have a GPS thing on your damn car.
On your truck. Now, luckily for me, my last company didn't have that.
Uh-huh.
But just the other things, you get what I'm saying? The phone. I mean, you really didn't have any excuse not to call back. Like, really.
Yeah. That was when I was stationed in Germany, and I remember that I had to do like the courier service, and they gave me like the little Humvee and everything. And I stopped by like one or two girls' house from town to town, in a damn marked military vehicle, Humvee,
right.
Jeep,
right.
BDUs on, all in residential areas.
All in the wrong areas.
Damn fool.
You never went straight. You never went straight shot.
Hey, I got lucky. I've been lucky, man.
Really?
I've been lucky. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. And did it without no conscience. Just hey, man, I got curry. I'm already rubbing my palms. Yeah, I be over there at 11. Yeah, I be over there at 2. Yeah. I already know. I done took care of the drop at 8 o'clock in the morning. And I'm coming back at 9 o'clock at night. I'm like, what the hell? It's only an hour away.
Right.
Oh, man, traffic. Autobahn. We don't folk down on the Autobahn every day. So, yeah, Autobahn wrecks every day,
They ain't got no speed limit on
Yeah, exactly. Oh, no. Yeah. And they had what they call stalls. And stalls are like 4 or 5 cars stacked on top of each other, those kind of wrecks. That's what kind of wrecks they have. Because the collisions, they just, stack up. That's why, them stalls everywhere. It's sad, but
it's true.
So, but and again, you didn't have, like, Google stuff, and you can actually verify it. So I just say it was just stalls. They used to call them, they're going to stall.
When you put them in the bed, they're going to stall.
They're going to stall. I come in that morning, they're going to stall. You're going to find, hey, man.
He going to find an accident.
Did the package get delivered? That's what we want to know. That's the mission accomplished.
They say he going to find an accident.
I wasn't getting paid no more, no less.
Right.
The package got delivered, man. But with all that said, again, tonight we're talking about, we're going to discuss 5 productivity traps, and most importantly, how to work remotely despite the distractions. Again, this is Changing Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Make sure you go to the YouTube channel, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I looked the other day, I think we were at 3,800 YouTube subscribers. I forgot the exact number for the Facebook, but you can go to YouTube, Facebook, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like the Facebook page, all the information, they share it, some a little different, some here and there. Put a lot more information on the Facebook page, but go to all the different platforms. Keep talking about the show, but also check out Mr. Short Dollar where we on Facebook and YouTube also, where we talk about personal finance, business, entrepreneurship, and real estate investing. Go to both of those pages. There were two YouTube pages and 2 Facebook pages just gave you guys, and trust me, it will keep you totally occupied with everything. But now, starting tonight's show, we're going to talk about those 5 productivity traps. These are things that normally a lot of us get caught up in. We're actually working home, working remotely, and before you know it, bam, stuck our damn foot in this trap. And we don't stall. And we don't realize our ass into it till 2 hours later. Okay. 2 hours later. And the first one I think is probably the most infamous, and that's getting distracted online. Getting distracted online.
Man.
We're talking about your email. Your email, you sit there, you look at, damn, I got 20 emails. Let me respond back. So you respond to a couple, then you get a response back, then you respond into another one, then you get another one back. Then you're going through, then you like one of them. Even when you try to sit here and be as simple as, well, look, this is important, this is not, but it's small, let me do it. And you're dealing with it, answering after a couple while. You start at 8 o'clock because you feel like, okay, let me do this from 8 o'clock to maybe 8:30. And then you look at the clock, it's 10:15. And you did no damn work.
Now, I'm going to disagree with you on the email part. I think the next 2 you talking about, the next ones you're going to bring up, the next one you're going to bring up is over email now. I think we rushed through the email to get to the next one.
Well, we digging now.
Okay.
We heading now. And then like Lab said, the next one is probably the most infamous, and that's social media.
Yeah.
I mean, and you know what? The sad part about it is not that you feel like, okay, I got Facebook on control, IG. Then you got your damn TikTok. The land of silly tricks and dances and thick white girls. There's some thick old white girls on there.
Right.
Where the hell they come from? I thought I'm back in France for a minute. Big old thick white girl. You know what I'm saying? She got a white head but a sister body. They all on TikTok. Hashtag it, brothers.
You done been on TikTok.
Hey, hashtag thick white girl on TikTok. You like, whoa, your ass ain't gonna never get out there. Whoa, here go another one. There you go for the whole damn day. You'll miss lunch. You'll miss breakfast and lunch. Looking at thick white girls. Hashtag. You'll thank me later. But it's amazing, man. Like I said, you get on there, Facebook, Instagram, seeing what everybody's doing, especially with all these current events and social stuff going on and everything like that. You know, you're looking like damn press conference 7 to 8 minutes. You look at 2 or 3 different ones, 2 or 3 different perspectives. Check out a video here and there on YouTube. I mean, you done burn 4 or 5 hours.
And you know what? Those hours burn quickly.
Yeah.
You know, you burn hours so quickly on social media that now the phones tell you how long you've been on social media. You know that's something, right? When the phone be like, you know you've been on the phone, you've been on social media for 4 hours.
Absolutely.
But it goes by so quickly because it's just so much information to take in. The half the day gone before you realize. You like, man, I done been on here 4 hours.
Yeah. Super trap. And it's just constantly pulling you in.
And it's crack.
Exactly. And like I said, you got all these different platforms. Let me get off Facebook. Let me go on Instagram and check out something. And it's just something every time.
Yeah.
You know, and you just try like, damn, let me just get off this and everything. Even like I said, just going on YouTube or even just going, you know, seeing something on CNN News. You just constantly getting pulled to something. They got you off. And once you maybe get some kind of interest, you mess around and look deeper into another platform or dig some more. Do a Google search on this or do it on that. And you just totally shocked. You're like, man, I can't believe I done missed this whole thing up because you start your day off, you got your whole plan in front of you. It's off that quick. And it gets most of us. It gets most of us and everything. And you have to be very, very smart about it. And when I say smart, probably Dr. Fauci smart. Because the average person, like I said, we get on there, and there's nothing intentional.
Right.
And you swamped with it.
It's crack. I'm telling you, it's crack.
Yeah.
You try to get off social media. You try to put it down. You try to, and it's like the phone be saying, "Hey man, you know it's been 6 minutes. You ain't checked social media. You probably missing something, and you got to pick that phone up and it becomes a habit.
Absolutely.
You find yourself picking it up when you like, why I'm picking this phone up, and you just picking it up.
Yeah.
And you just checked it 2 seconds ago.
Uh-huh.
And you picking it up again. That's how the hours just tick by.
Yeah.
Just tick by. Because there's always somebody posting.
Yeah, like somebody calling you. Man, pick me up, man. I know you laid me down on flat. Pick me up and check me out.
Right.
Yeah. And don't forget, guys, hashtag thick white girls on TikTok. The third thing is shopping. Well, a lot of times we get in there and we see a lot, when I'm talking about the productivity half, we're looking at getting distracted online. Online shopping will have you gone. Because you can go through looking for something, mess around, and see something you forgot about, and then you just digging. And I'm talking about clothes, furniture, music, anything. Mm-hmm. You're just, you all everywhere. Amazon got you messed up. eBay got you messed up. All these different platforms that you're looking, man, like, wow.
And then if you like my friend over here, you own that longer because you got to compare prices on everything.
There you go.
I mean, like, everything. It's got to be a cheaper price somewhere.
There you go. There you go. And at the end of the day, you still looking.
Right.
And the clock is still moving and moving and moving. And, again, you have, and the funny part about it, you don't spend 4 hours and did what? Buy the thing that you seen when you first started at 8 o'clock and it's noon. Let me go back to that first place I looked at.
For one, they look more secure when I put my credit card
exactly. Well, that, plus you done did all your comparisons.
Right.
Well, I can find nobody to beat it. So I'm going to go back, back on Amazon and get it. And it eats up so many times. Again, we're talking about, we're talking about productivity traps. The first thing is getting distracted online. We brought up emails, social media, which is the main culprit probably, and then shopping online. Now, here's my solution for that. Mm-hmm. My solution is you need to make sure, and I know this will be tough at first, you need to make sure that you got some designated. I'm not going to tell you not to go online. I'm not going to say something that's absurd, something that's even realistic. That isn't realistic, I'm sorry. You need to make designated social media or online times. You need to just lock it in or whatever, and that's it. As I said before, remember, use those online timers, 5-minute timers, 20-minute timers, 30-minute timers. Break it up during the day. So you may say, during the day, I'm going to give myself 5 social media breaks, 2 or 3 email breaks, because you do want to see it, right? So you may have each hour a 15-minute social media time. Mm-hmm. Do that and go from there. Hop back on your task and do that. Try to be as structured as possible. Again, we're talking about those productivity traps, and there being online distractions. Make the solution for that. Make a time frame, that's locked in, and be realistic. It's gonna. Hey, how you doing, Yolanda? Be realistic about that. Just don't say like, hey, I'm gonna do it once during the day to do it. Give yourself, maybe, it's just like regular rehab. Mm-hmm. They don't just take the crack from you. They wean you off. They wean you, right?
They wean you off.
They wean you off. Yeah, we all got that family member, don't act.
They give you that
I got enough. Yeah, there you go.
You
Yeah, I've heard the stories. So there you go. Yeah. So maybe twice an hour. Yeah. Once an hour. Yeah. Just kind of go from there in limited time. Especially if you can shoot off a couple hours on social media during the day, where you need to be working, just structure it out. Structure it out and just say, hey, look, let me just kind of, break it out a little bit, for, 20 minutes here, there, every hour, 10 minutes here, every hour. Because you say, well, I don't have that long to do it, but you're already doing it.
Right.
So we're just trying to find ways to kind of wean yourself off and stay more structured with the process. So that first one, like I said, getting distracted online with the first productivity trap, and that solution was have a designated times, slots, for you to go on social media, answer emails and stuff like that. The second thing is having a overly ambitious to-do list. Again, having an overly ambitious to-do list. Boy.
I'm guilty of this one.
Boy, we write stuff down. There'd be a whole full sheet of paper, and you just really forget you got 24 hours in a damn day. And what I want you guys to do, business centers around the social media. Cool. So I hope this information is helping out, Yolanda. Yolanda was saying that her business centers around social media. So I hope this helps you out, as far as setting yourself up for that. With the second one, we're talking about creating an overly ambitious to-do list. I want you guys to reference back, go on the Change Your Lives YouTube page. I got 2 videos, one on goal setting and the other one is how to reach your goals for 2020 and 2021. It might be for 2018, but I know for 2020 and 2021, I gave a whole breakdown on how to set goals and how to implement them and how to set tasks out, for everyone. And I say this to say what happens a lot of times, people don't realize what they can and can't do. And you got to acknowledge you got pros and cons. And that, there's some things that, when you look at a task, you got to sit there and look at that task and say, that task going to take a week. That may take a couple of days. I can do it in an hour. I can knock that out in 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. And what happens too often, we look at those tasks and write this stuff down just instead of saying like, man, those are 2 or 3 day tasks. I ain't gonna be able to knock them out in one day, and kind of spread it out accordingly. When you look back at that video again with the goal setting on how to accomplish your goals in 2020, I broke down on how to segregate, prioritize those tasks in terms of the ones that had to be done, need to be done, and want to be done. And once you segregate everything, you'll be able to sit there and have a better idea of what needs to be done. Because again, if you don't kind of have some kind of structure, that you'll burn yourself out trying to do everything. Mm-hmm. You'll burn yourself out and you'll never really finish the task, because you'll sit there and just say, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that, and you forget that you only got 2 arms, 2 legs. Right. And those to-do lists is great. You are acknowledging what you need to do, but you got to find out a way to spread it out. Right. And some things you might have to defer. Let me get this to my coworker. Let me get this to my assistant or whatever. But that's the first thing you got to do. You have to make sure that you take awareness of like what kind of tasks are these. It's got to be done. Need to be done. And I'm sorry, must be done right now. Something that you need to do, but it's not going to kill you to get it done immediately. And the wants. And separate that in terms of the availability that you have. And that being a solution, you got to just use common sense in regards to what skill sets you got in your availability. Mm-hmm. I can't do a task. 2 tasks are going to take a while. It's going to take a couple of days in one day. I can't do a task that can actually take me an hour to do, but it take a lot of my energy to do it.
I got it.
If I sit at the computer try to figure this stuff out and wear my eyes out, now I'm tired for the rest of the day.
What also can happen with that ambitious list? You could look at it and just get turned off by it. You make a list so long and you look at it and say, ain't no way I'm gonna get out of this list.
Yeah. Am I working on am I going to work or am I going to go grocery shopping?
Exactly.
Something like that. And one thing about to that point, but I was just saying with the how to separate it, you have to make sure that when you're looking at those tasks that may kind of strain you a little bit more, just say if it's something that where you got to do a lot of moving or heavy lifting, and it may take an hour or two, you may want to put lighter tasks in the back. Okay, well, I got to, or even not even heavy lifting, just say you're sitting at a computer, and it's going to drain your eyes because you was there 2 or 3 hours, and your brain kind of zapped. You may want to spend the rest of the day filing or moving furniture. Find those tasks that doesn't really take too much more out of you and kind of learn how to separate everything from there.
Right.
But when you, like I say, you put down that whole Christmas list of stuff you want to do,
you get discouraged.
You get to doing all, you don't know where to start and stop.
So then you start getting on social media.
There you
Because you like, you know what? This list too long. Let me take a break.
Call Lab, man. She can help me out with this shit.
Yeah, let me take a break.
Absolutely. And again, this tonight's show we're talking about 5 productivity traps, and the one we just went over is creating an overly ambitious to-do list. Again, it's Changing Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Make sure you go to the YouTube channel, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also go to the Facebook page as well. Like the Facebook page. Tonight we're talking about 5 productivity traps, how to work remotely despite the distractions. Now we just did the first 2. Now we're at the third one, and that third one is, and this is one that catch a lot of folks. It's sticking to a difficult project too long, and I think a lot of times we see a task, we're like, man, I know it's a little rough, but especially something you do it every now and then. A lot of times, especially as men. Like we got to, change a hose on the toilet or fix something up under the sink or something like that. I think we're going to get in and out. Next thing you know, 4 hours in, especially that toilet, now you got water and pee on you.
And somebody always tell me, it ain't going to take but a minute. It ain't gonna take but 5 minutes.
Oh, it's all in the Home Depot, but 3-minute task. Oh shit. Okay, I got a wrench. I got get your little toolkit out and everything. And just one of them things you like. Okay, I'm ready and everything. And you just can't do it. And you gotta sit here and you dealing with this project. I mean, I told you that time I was at a rental house, and I'm over there trying to change the ring on the toilet. Man, I ain't nothing but a little poor man plumber.
Right.
And I'm talking about I was just sitting in that water. That's what happened to me, that water and piss. I'm sitting in water and piss, trying to line the toilet up. I felt like it should have been done much quicker.
Right.
Called my 70-something-year-old granddaddy over. I kid you not, it took me 8 hours. I'm wet, ain't got nothing accomplished. I'm sitting there, he come over there, boy, hold it up, set it on there. He tapped it, didn't get wet or nothing.
Put it back on.
And put it back on. Get them.
Go home.
Shit, nah, I went for home.
All right.
Well, I was smelling. It's nothing wrong with kind of underestimating a task, but there's something wrong with trying to stick with something that you know damn well you ain't gonna get accomplished.
But the problem is you in it now. You in it. Who gonna give up? Who gonna give up? Think about it.
Yeah.
You already. You in it though. You like, you know what? I ain't gonna let this beat me. I done replaced the toilet, the water supply line. Got down to taking the line out, got the new line, got ready to get the old line off the water supply. And it's welded on. The thing that's on there won't come off. It's one of them shark caps.
Got you.
It won't come off. I mean, it won't come off. So I'm pulling it, and it's pulling the supply line up too. So I'm like, if I pull this, I'm gonna break the whole supply line. So I had to get a little saw. One of them, you know how you have I forget what kind of saw that is. A little saw with a little saw in the middle. I think it's like a band saw. You take the little blade out of it.
Absolutely.
Take the blade out of it and cut around the plastic part and cut that off. It took me 77 hours to get that supply line. At least I felt like it.
Yeah.
Because you stuck between the toilet and the wall. 27 toward the lows. Stuck between the toilet and the wall.
Don't forget to teach. Tell them who you teach you.
Who would teach you?
You.
Oh, I YouTubed it. Because I knew how to take a supply line off. But when I got to that point where the shark fitting was, I've never done a shark fitting. I've always done the regular compression ball fitting.
Got you.
I didn't never mess. I don't know nothing about shark fittings.
Got you.
I needed to know how that come off.
First time you seen in your life.
Man, and you could tell.
But did you get it?
I got it.
My man.
I got it all. But I was 8. That was one of them things. You like 6-7 hours in. I'm like, no, I got to get this now because for one, you can't use the toilet.
Yeah, and that's the thing about it. When we get in those kind of things, again, there's nothing wrong with underestimating. There's probably something wrong with spending too much time with that. And one of my rules is, there's nothing wrong with quitting. Like you just said, Poochie, you get so far into it, you just can't let it go and everything. Yolanda put his plan of execution is key. Absolutely right, Yolanda. There's nothing wrong with quitting. I think there's something wrong with not trying. So you did try.
I tried.
And we have all been unsmart, but I think a smart person knows when to stop. And that's the thing about it. We got because what it is we're going back to the productivity traps. The issue is not if we got a free weekend with nothing else to do. Cool. But if we got 10 tasks that we need to get taken care of, and we done spend 8 hours on that, it's a problem.
Right.
Okay.
How does that equate to like work? When you at work, working from home, as we were talking about, and you into a project, let's say you into a 5-year capital expense budget. I mean, you in it, but you keep the numbers is not coming out like they supposed. I mean,
absolutely.
It's how you accounting. You know, it's like 1 dot off. 1 decimal point wrong. But you got 99 pages of decimal points with 100 or so numbers on each page. And you trying to figure out, where's this decimal point out of place? Because it's supposed to be 1.6 million, but I'm getting 10.6 million. Where is the decimal point? You get what I'm saying?
Been there, done that.
You in it.
Been there, done that. Don't spend too much time on it. But that goes to the solution. What I want to give, when you spend too long on a difficult project, you got to set markers. You got to set markers and goals at different points of that task.
Okay.
And why I say that, it is certain times when you get to this point, get to that point, get to that point, it shouldn't take you so long to do it. And you need to have a contingent plan or backup plan at different points, like what am I going to do or not. So to answer your question, at certain points, I'm like, okay, if I do this and that, I might reference call this person. Do this and that, I may have to go here. If it gets so far along at a certain time, I might got to pay to call maybe 1-800-CPA or this, that, and that to run it by them. I'm just saying, because at the end of the day, if I got a deadline to make other stuff to do, I'm only going to go so far.
Right.
And again, I'm not going to sit here and preach like I ain't spent so much time on something where, like, man, you finally get it and you feel accomplished. Yeah, I got it. I found that nickel.
Right.
Damn, I got to stay up 2 a.m. to finish this other shit.
Right.
And that's what you don't want to do. You don't spend so much time doing one thing and the other stuff got to get done. Now you got to be up all night long doing everything else. But like I said, the solution is set those marker points in that project to say, okay, at this point we need to be here, this point we need to be there. You know it's already a difficult task from the onset of getting it started. Mm-hmm. But you got to have some kind of earmarks, some kind of bench points at different times. Just kind of like you see project management. Mm-hmm. At this point we should have so much of this done, and that is done. And if those things aren't met, what we need to do to fix it or how we recalibrate everything. And you have to do that. You have to do that because if you don't, you'll spend so much time doing stuff and not being effective and miss out on your other tasks. So again, that's that was that productivity trap, stand on task too long. And again, the solution being try to make some kind of markers or settings, where you can kind of watch yourself, those little benchmarks and everything, then have that plan set up if it doesn't work. The next thing is following ineffective routines.
That's my routine. I do every day. It's like my lucky charm. If I don't do it, I feel like something ain't right. I mean, you telling me to do something, not to do what I normally do every day.
Hey, how it work for you?
I mean, to me, now see, this is the thing. To the person that's doing it,
okay,
it's working like a charm.
Gotcha.
From the person like you looking from the outside, that shit ain't working at all. Like, why he keep doing that?
Well, if we have a psychological and a realistic perspective, look at that.
Okay.
And if you feel good by doing it, you're making results, it's okay.
Okay.
But if you feel good about it and the results start getting met, I think we all can come to the conclusion it ain't working.
But we always can talk ourselves into saying
it's working.
It's working. These results are great. Hey, I'm not lying. These results couldn't be any better than this. I mean,
kind of like when you get somebody house eating their dinner, like, it was good.
Yeah.
But when it's time to go, no, keep it. I'm full.
Too much.
Yeah, exercise. Can't, yeah.
Right.
No,
exactly.
y'all leave that pulling up at Crystals. Yeah. Ordering shit like you ain't just ate dinner. 20 bucks, 20-piece box. 20-piece, no.
Exactly.
But those kind of things, those ineffective routines, I think the biggest thing is people just don't, you have to know really what's best for you. Mm-hmm. And when I say what's best for you, you got to know what kind of individual you are. You got to know if you're a day person, morning person, day person, night person. And people give you all kind of ideas holistically. This is the best way to do it. Just like we can write our schedules. But everybody work effectively at different times. Mm-hmm. For some odd reason, I'm a lot more effective early morning and late at night. Don't know why. Mm-hmm. From 8 o'clock to maybe 11 o'clock, I'm a machine. Mm-hmm. From damn 9 o'clock to 1 or 2 in the morning, I'm a machine. Mm-hmm. Don't know why,
right? But
I always been that way.
Right.
So I try to kind of schedule stuff accordingly. The only thing about it, when at nighttime I do it, I would say maybe that 10, 11 when I'm working on a project, that's when my eyes and stuff and the brain kind of do it. So I may have a little bit more filing task stuff I can do a little bit more manually where I don't necessarily need my brain power. Mm-hmm. But for some, that's when my body and mind wants to work. And I say that you have to kind of have an idea of, what you want to do. I think that, just knowing, knowing yourself is the best thing. Because some people need to be in that quiet room. Mm-hmm. Or some folks can just have chaos. It's times people come sometimes in my office, not when I'm not meeting with a client, and I got stuff everywhere. And what is that? And I know what everything is. Mm-hmm. I mean, it look like It's like you got a stack of paper and just pull it on the desk. And I know everything is. You be like, yeah, you know, where's that paper? Oh, it's right here. I done pulled up for the papers. But my mind run like that. Yeah. I don't know why. I don't know, you know. And my mama, you know, they were doing a lot of stuff in the 70s, so it may be some after effect. You know?
Well, me, I work, my office has to be neat. I have a neat office. But it's funny, like, I work better as far as office work under pressure.
Gotcha.
But as far as personal life, I don't work under pressure well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, it's different. Like, if something, like, if at work, if it's the last 10 minutes or the last day I got to get something done, I'm knocking it out.
Gotcha.
I'm a machine.
Gotcha.
But if something personal, it's like, I got to know that ahead of time.
Gotcha.
It's like, it's just different.
No, I can dig it. But you know the most important part about that? You know.
I know, right?
And that's where we're going into the solution. And again, we're talking about following ineffective work routines is figuring out what's best for you when you work. You know, knowing what time of day is best for you, what location, if you got to be, you know, at home, at office, secluded, whatever, you know, just knowing that. And also that environment. Do you need a noisy place? Do you need quiet? Do you need a dog? Do you need everybody out, whatever? You got to kind of be aware of that, you know, just having that awareness because, again, we're looking at being productive. You can't be productive if your mind, you know, you're sitting there, you got a routine that ain't working. You're constantly trying to fix your routine. You keep starting over and everything like that. Well, I'm going to do this in the day, do this at night and everything. Stop. Figure out what kind of person you are. Figure what you comfortable in. Figure out what you do your best in. Figure out what you do the least in. Figure out how you, when you start getting tired, what times a day. You know, when are the times when your brain is moving the most effective, you pumping and moving and everything, you're thinking the most, and set everything up accordingly. You know, not just say, okay, I'm going to work from 8 to 5 from the morning to the afternoon, and it's not, those not, you know, the ideal or peak times for your brain to function. Be real with yourself.
Right.
You know, sometimes you might got to look at that stuff at, you know, them TV shows and everything, like this one work thing, and I look at it the next day, you know, when my mind ain't really focused as much, you know, during the day, I don't, you know, recorded it and whatever, check it out. But you have to have that kind of awareness yourself and kind of get that, peak performance on your work routine, because if you don't, you'll never be able to, you know, optimize those opportunities when, you know, you had to work and everything. You're always just going to get so much out. But if you have it where this is my comfort zone. Because like I said, it may seem odd to be working, you know, from, like I said, from 9 to 2, but that's when my mind pumping.
Right.
And I'm moving like that and stuff like that. But it works for me. And that's why, I'm making YouTube videos or something. You might see some of my YouTube videos, because I might record so many at a time. Some of them, you see my eyes are bloodshot red.
Because you've been up all night.
Up all night, editing, doing it. But I'm making videos, but I'm in video mode.
Right.
You know, and everything. Like, most of the time, I make my videos, to be honest with you, the ones that are recorded after damn 10 o'clock at night. Because somehow, man, it's just my creativity bug is going. Okay, let's make this video. Let's make this video. Then I kind of do this and do that. I'm doing 2 or 3 different takes, editing, do all that kind of stuff. But that's my go mode time. And everybody's not like that. But I think that's the key thing, especially when we're talking about working remotely, being productive. Find out what's best for you. And again, we were talking about having ineffective work routines. And I think that's I think a lot of people kind of really don't put enough attention to, you know, and everything. Okay, we wind down to the last one. Before we do that, I'm going to bring again, this is Changing Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Again, make sure you go to the YouTube channel, check out the YouTube channel, Changing Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Also go to the Facebook page. Another page that I have, one of my businesses I've had about 12 years, that's WDA Investments. One thing about WDA Investments, you can check us out the web at wda-invest.com. That's what we do. It's a private equity firm I started about 12 years ago. And what we do with WDA Invest, there's also a Facebook page for WDA Investments. We catch people in unique situations. I don't want to say bad, but, you know, people that are moving, going through divorce, getting older, don't want certain things. We try to, you know, pretty much like acquisition and holding company. Well, if you got property you want to get rid of, you got a business you want to get rid of, you got some jewelry, collectibles. We don't take husbands and wives, and we definitely don't take children. We want things of value. But if you got those kind of assets and stuff that you want to get rid of, and you're in some kind of distress situation, we're not trying to take advantage of everybody, or anybody, rather. We're just trying to help folks out. So that's what we do at WDA Investments. So you can check us out on the web at wda-invest.com, or look up WDA Investments on Facebook. We push a lot even with some of the lending products and stuff on there also. Again, but make sure you check that out. Also, with Change Lives in WDA Investments, as you guys can see, I'm a very busy person.
Yeah, right.
And so a lot of these practices I'm teaching you guys, that I've applied to myself and they work. Some have, some haven't. But I can also just share with people, okay, these are things that I've seen work, some didn't. And I can be open-minded and honest and transparent with everybody, let you know these some things that might didn't work for me, but I seen another guy worked and stuff, just to be able to share that knowledge with you guys. And again, tonight show we're talking about 5 productivity traps. How to work remotely how to work remotely despite the distractions. And we're going up on the last productivity trap, and that's forgetting to take breaks. And this right here is one thing that no matter what's going on, people have to realize you're a human being, and pacing yourself is so often overlooked. And I think people don't understand how much they wear themselves out trying to do certain things, mentally and physically.
Yeah.
And be mentally, you straining yourself, you're just tired or whatever, and people just really don't try to just say, "Hey man, I need a break." I got it. They moving all day long, sitting in that chair. They've been in that chair about 3 or 4 hours, inputting that stuff in. They stand up, you think you hear a damn transformer. Shit. Every damn thing. Like, where's Bumblebee? Is that Bumblebee?
Right.
Yeah.
What was that?
Shit popping everywhere. Yeah. And I got that bad army back. It takes me about 4 steps to kind of get back. Everything fall back in place.
Right.
Before I say, my normal walk,
4 steps.
I get up and like, damn. Okay.
Right.
And a lot of that stuff can be avoided, by just doing certain things, having certain routines during the day, as far as just, move your body around, taking a break. And I think a lot of people just really need to focus on that, because like I said, just forgetting to take breaks eats a lot of folks up.
And I think with working from home, the problem is taking breaks for some people is that they don't want their boss to feel like they're not working.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If they take a break, their boss gonna think they ain't did nothing all day. You get what I'm saying? So they stay on that computer, try to stay, emailing and doing all this other stuff so the boss will know that they working.
Yeah.
Because they working from home. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Even because, just from a common sense standpoint, because when you at work, your lunch break and all that kind of stuff, but you also can take your pee break, your Newport break. Go ahead and you don't smoke, but you're going to go down and watch other people smoke.
Right.
Walk around the building or whatever. So you had those kind of things, but now you work remotely. Like, okay, you can just, a lot of those things ain't there.
Right.
You might walk down, little cubicle or whatever, talk to your homeboys, you know what I'm saying? Like, exactly. Yeah, man. You see the new chick downstairs at the door, all that kind of stuff, and everybody's just vibing, and all that stuff is gone.
Right.
When you start working remotely, and people, like I said, they're trying to prove a certain point, and you already got your lunch break the way you're working remotely, but shit, you might need 2 or 3 other breaks in addition to that. Again, because you're constantly got your eyes locked on something, your brain fixated on something, and you just sitting like this all day long.
Right.
And you get up and God, the next day, oh my God, I talk about the damn transformer getting out that chair, man.
Trying to get out that bed.
Man, getting out of that bed, man. It's hard to even just sit up, sit there 5 minutes, Hey, you already dreading, I got to go to the dang toilet, How the hell I'm going to get off the toilet? It's that old shit. It take about 30 minutes just to warm up.
Oh, you got to go to sleep on the toilet.
Yeah. Like, damn.
I have done that.
Hey.
A lot.
Well, like I said, we'll let you, so you don't feel bad, you have a lot of company. You sit there, you be like, man, damn, I don't feel like getting up. Now, that's an invention, the shower toilet.
Right.
That ain't what them bidets do.
No, but they don't do that.
But they don't.
But a
bidet
shower
squirt.
toilet,
A shower toilet.
on separate drains. One for the shower, one for the toilet, because if the toilet bags up, the shower still gonna need to be able to
You
drain.
tired enough, you don't even give a damn.
But I'm just saying.
You might just step it
but
in.
you could be in the shower, using the bathroom,
There you go.
but they gotta have their own separate drains. That's gonna be a
Well, they got their separate drains.
Right,
Like I said,
right.
you might be tired of it. You might just smush it in.
Right,
You so
right.
damn tired, I don't even feel like getting out of the toilet.
I mean, they got benches in showers now where you can have sex on the bench. They make it as sex rooms. You got sex on the bench. So that's what else?
6 on the bench.
I mean, some of them as big as beds now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Have you seen my 600-pound life?
It don't. Well, they ain't having sex anyway, so
Well,
they.
Well, y'all got elite stuff. I ain't got none of this shit in my damn bathroom. What the hell? Say what Pooch done seen. Wow, y'all enlightening me.
But it's true. They do in newer houses. They have benches in the showers now.
Really?
Yeah.
It's made
In the shower.
The benches are. That's awesome.
And they look good.
Okay.
They look good.
Well, my house has been an 88, so you know damn well I ain't got none of this. Shit.
You can get one.
I can get one.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm trying not to even be that damn tired no more. I ain't never want sex like that on the bench. I'm in the shower. That's my thinking time. That's my thinking time.
Yeah.
Nah, I want you throwing me out. Leave me the hell alone. Okay, guys, we're trying to be productive. We're working remotely.
Right.
We're working remotely.
Working remote. I got
Now-
my boss. I am the boss.
Absolutely. And again, you know, we talk about, you know, make sure we're taking those, forgetting to take those breaks. And here my solutions is, number one, you know, going back with like some of the other examples, having no designated times to take breaks. You know, if you need to take one every hour, you know, maybe twice an hour or whatever, you know what it is, you know, for you to kind of stay at peak performance. You want, like I say, you want to be at, keep optimal levels during the day, whatever, just take it. Because again, we know we got to work, but we just need to get recharged. That break might necessarily need to lay your head down, walk around, go talk, socialize, make a phone call, that social media stuff, you know, but just something to kind of just break the monotonous of everything. Set some kind of alarm set up, you know, like I said, those online alarms or whatever, just to say, hey, look, get up, walk, you know, do that and everything. And make sure this is very, very, very important. Make sure when you take that break, you truly relax. You relax. And like I said, you know, the relaxing can be walking or talking or whatever, but you got to make sure you put your, kind of calm your brain down just somehow. You know, and I understand that, especially if you're doing work that might be tense or requires a lot of attention. Try to bring yourself down a little bit. So I'm not saying, you know, absolutely. Shit, bill time, man. Port card time and all that. I got all kind of stuff, you know.
Right.
So, but you have to make sure, like I said again, just you have to be very, very disciplined, and you know, and implement these tasks. And again, and I think if the more you can do it, the more beneficial it can be on you. Because again, I think that really we are headed to more working remotely, more working on your own, more coming to the office once or twice a week, you know. And the more you can be accustomed and have different practices in place to help you navigate and function in that kind of environment, the better off it'll be for you. Again, so we're going to rehash everything, those 5 productivity traps that we talked about tonight. Again, we're talking about getting distracted online. The best solution for that is have designated time slots, you know, for yourself to go online. Don't try to avoid it because you know you're going to get pulled back in. The second thing is having an overly ambitious to-do list. The way to combat that is to make sure you apply everything in terms of your skills and your availability, what you can and can't do at that particular day, time, or, you know, just from a commitment standpoint, be it being physical or mental, okay? The third thing is stop sticking with a project too long. And, you know, if it's something that you know is going to be kind of difficult task that may take a little longer than others, and so you don't get hung up with that and miss other things you need to do. The solution for that is set benchmarks, have certain things set in place for, like, when you know when to stop, revise everything, look back at it, or to kind of even maybe just get off of it and maybe, you know, pivot to another plan or whatever. The fourth thing is following a ineffective work routine. That means knowing that, you know, if working during the morning time is not necessarily big. Remember, we're working remotely. If and again, I know this is a case-by-case basis because you may be working remotely, but you still have to still work during the day. But if you have the option of actually just I have to do certain tasks or whatever, you just, you know, you can combat that by knowing, okay, these are my optimal times that I think I may work better at the nighttime. I may work better early in the morning during the day. I may need to be outside working. I may need to be in seclusion or whatever. I know in particular with myself, I had a lot of distraction with my kids being home. I had to just go to my office and do, because I plan on staying at home more, but I had to go to my office where I had less distractions. And the fifth thing, lastly, make sure you take breaks. And that break doesn't necessarily, you know, however you want to do it, walk around, call somebody, go on your social media, do whatever, but make sure you take some kind of time to kind of, decalibrate, relax, get your head, get your thoughts together, because you don't want to sit here and be sustained and locked in for something so long that you burned out and you can't really continue doing what you're doing. Okay? Again, it's Change the Life, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I hope I gave you guys some good information. Tonight we talked about those 5 productivity traps and how to work remotely despite the transactions. Listen, make sure you keep going to Change the Life, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden, the YouTube channel, where we got 200 videos. Also check out Mr. Short Dollar. Also check out WDA Investments. Go to YouTube pages. Go to the Facebook pages. Keep subscribing. Keep liking. I appreciate and love all the support. Got some more stuff coming down the pipe. The course is still coming. Just got a little sidetracked the past couple weeks, but everything is coming. Remember, if you need to get your taxes done, come visit us at Majestic Business Services. The website address is www.majesticbiz.com, or give us a call at the office at 678-479-4007. And also, guys, listen, you business owners, if you guys need to take advantage of the PPP or the idle loans, make sure you guys give us a call so we can get you guys squared away. Also, in addition to that, depending on what kind of business you're in, if you need any kind of small business loan, factoring loan, split funding loans, split fund, I'll go have a show about exactly what kind of products those are in another show. But, especially you guys that in the auto repair, some of your retail places and stuff like that, they do a lot of credit card transactions and stuff. You know exactly what I'm offering, but take advantage of it. Guy, I'm always out there working, always doing a lot of good stuff in the community and everything. So I'm just here to be a good servant to you guys, and also be a good servant in my pockets. I love you guys. I appreciate all the support. Take care of yourself, and please be safe. And always, like I say, if you got to think twice about it, don't do it. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you next week.